Thank you, Patricia, and Your Excellency, Antonio Lopez. Honorable members, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to address you today. I do not stand solely as a researcher or an expert in communication strategies. I speak to you as part of the generation that we are trying to protect. As a young woman who has witnessed firsthand how dangerous the digital space can be when it falls into the wrong hands, and as someone directly involved in shaping responsible media narratives, this perspective allows me to see clearly how extremist ideas spread, and more importantly, how they can be stopped. We face a growing global challenge: the deliberate targeting of young people by extremist groups operating across borders. These groups use digital platforms to spread hatred, misinformation, and division. And as His Excellency Antonio also mentioned, they seek out young people who feel isolated, overlooked, or frustrated, and turn that frustration into hostility. I remember meeting a teenager during one of my visits. Smart, curious, but increasingly withdrawn from the world around her. She showed me her phone, a constant stream of content. Some of it is inspiring, but much of it designed to provoke anger, fear, or isolation. Her feed did not care who she was. It did not recognize whether she was Arab or European. It did not know if she lived in Paris, Dubai, or Florida. The algorithm did not care. It just pushed what got clicks. And unfortunately, what got clicks was hate. This is exactly what I warn about in my upcoming book, where I explore how social platforms manipulate attention and emotion. I introduce a concept I call fake dopamine, the short-term emotional spikes that algorithms use to keep young people scrolling, reacting, and slowly accepting distorted views of reality. If we want to build stable, resilient societies, we must start by safeguarding the minds of young people. And if we want to build a stable, resilient society, let me briefly share how my country, the United Arab Emirates, has responded to this threat with proactive strategy. First, the Sawab Center, a joint US-UAE initiative, counters extremist narratives in real time in multiple languages. Its campaigns have reached over 50 million engagements, promoting tolerance and coexistence rooted in the UAE's national values. Second, we have the Hidayah Center. Through its international training program, it has equipped over 14,000 experts from more than 100 countries. These practitioners are trained to recognize early signs of extremism in schools, communities, and digital spaces. And through my own work at R11AI, I lead a program focused on monitoring radical trends using AI technology, because we cannot deny that AI plays a defining role in shaping what people see, believe, and act on. In Europe, the challenge takes a different shape. Some extremist voices operate with legal boundaries, presenting themselves as activism or free speech. Meanwhile, many young people feel disconnected from the institutions that once gave them a sense of identity. When they go online looking for answers, they often find simplified, angry messages and not real solutions. This is where action is urgently needed, not just from governments, but across education, civil society, and media. So how can Europe respond to this effectively? I offer 3 strategic solutions. First, Develop unified messaging platforms across member states. We must deliver clear, fact-based, values-driven content, not only during crises, but as part of long-term engagement with the youth. Second, integrate digital literacy into education systems. Young people must be taught to question what they see online, to recognize manipulation, and to build respectful dialogue. And third, support youth-led initiatives, which in my view is the most important. Young people trust each other more than they trust institutions. Give them the space to lead and support them with tools and trust. In the UAE, youth councils offer real platforms for dialogue, education, and leadership. They've proven effective in building informed, resilient young minds. This challenge will not be solved by policy alone. It requires consistency, it requires collaboration, it requires care. Digital platforms are not the enemy, but silence is. And if we leave a vacuum, others will fill it. And unfortunately, they are good at that. As Audrey Azoulay, Director General of UNESCO, once said, when young people are given the chance to learn, to speak, to create, they do not choose violence, they choose hope. And that is the responsibility that we all share, because this is not a regional issue. It is a borderless challenge, one that requires more than shared policies. It demands shared values. In every digital space, in every classroom, we are either building resilience or leaving the door open to radicalization. So I leave you with one question. Who do we want shaping the minds of our next generation? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. That was very helpful for us, your insight, and I cannot be more agreeing with you.